Good morning. So today we're working on a special little problem. We have a PC that a client had. We were trying to go to Windows 11 and they couldn't. So we had to make some hardware upgrades. We had to change out the processor because that particular processor was not supported. And we moved up to, I want to say, I know it's a 12-core AMD Ryzen 9. I just forget what you know what? I have the box. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Okay, so we have our processor, Ryzen 9 processor, which this thing is amazing because this is what I run my computer on. But it is the AMD Ryzen 9 3900X. So it is a 12-core processor, 4.6 gigahertz. All right. Well, let me kind of rephrase that. So 4.6 max boost and 3.8 regular. As if it's not already loud in here. So just going over it one more time. So we have a client that we had to do a hardware upgrade because they couldn't move to Windows 11. The CPU was not compatible or not in the hardware compatibility list. So we upgraded this client to an AMD Ryzen 9 3900X 12-core processor, 24 threads. It has a base of 3.8 gigahertz and a max boost of 4.6 gigahertz. Okay, and the motherboard we went with was a Gigabyte Aorus X570 Elite board. So, and I'll try to y'all did just see it, but I'll try to put that in the video so it can be a little bit clearer. And we went with DR4 3200. I need to double check that. It's either 32 or 3600. I think we went with the 36 because it was price was what and what. But I'll double check that and put it in the video later. So now this is the interesting part. So we have the new motherboard and processor installed, but the problem is you have to turn on what's called TPM. Okay, and as of right now, I'm not seeing TPM in the BIOS. Now, what does that mean? That means that we have to probably upgrade the BIOS. A lot of people don't know about this, and a lot of people don't tend to do this, at least not home users. If you're a tech, I'm pretty sure you've done this, lots of times. But a lot of people buy computers and they just leave it at whatever BIOS it is, and that's just that. Because the BIOS doesn't happen just like a typical update, like a Windows update or something like that. You have to actually go and look for it, and in some cases like this one, there's a special way that you do it, right? You have to go into the BIOS, find the file, update the file and everything. So there's kind of a lot that goes into it. Yeah, so we're going to go to the page, find the current BIOS version, compare it to what we have here. I believe it's 36 because I believe this is the same board I have as well. And this one is an F35, so we need to move to F36, which is the Windows compatibility update, Windows 11 compatibility update, and yeah, we should be good. So what I'm gonna do now is go look for the BIOS update, and see y'all on that side.
Okay guys, so here it is. We need the updated BIOS for the X570 Ors Elite. Okay, so basically just open up a browser. It's a gigabyte board, so we're gonna go to this is Gigabyte's page, and this is the actual board. Awesome. So now we want to identify where is the BIOS update for, which is typically under support and drivers. So we're going to go to support, and right here you can see they say what downloads are available for that particular BIOS. Drivers for that particular board, let's say that. But we want the BIOS. So let's see. Here we go. BIOS. Oh, okay, here we go. So it maximized and pushed us to the bottom of the page. So we're just going to scroll back up. And here we are. And yep, this is it. So right here you see it has the Windows 11 requirements. So this is it, F36E, and our current BIOS version is F35. So it's not going to be able to run Windows 11 until we do this BIOS flash. So we're going to go ahead and download this. Alright. Tell it to show in folder. Make a quick new folder. Drop that in there. And then I'm just going to tell it to extract here. And this is the file that we're looking for right here. So I have to get a USB flash drive and put that in, which I believe I can use the same one I installed Windows on. So this is my Windows 11 USB installation medium. I'm just going to drop it here. That shouldn't really affect anything. Alright, bam. So now that we have our file, we can just go into the BIOS and update it. Now unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show you this like this, which is super clear. I have to show you that part from the camera, but I'll do my best to give you a visual of it. Alright. Okay, see you on the other side.
All right, y'all. So we just downloaded the update to the BIOS. We have it on here. So now it's just a matter of plugging this into that machine. Because that's our machine we're running down here. That's our client's machine. So we're gonna update the BIOS version from F35 to F36. Which is Windows compatible, Windows 11 compatible. Now the problem is, the only way I can do that is just to like hold it, so you're not gonna be able to see that clearly. One day I'm gonna have to probably do a virtual machine just to kind of, then I can show you what the BIOS is like. I can record it. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move forward because we're pressed for time. Alright, so I'm gonna try to do y'all the best I can. So I went to the Q Flash option. Let me go back. That way you all can see. So here it is. I'm in the BIOS for the Gigabyte motherboard. And I'm gonna select the Q Flash option. Also F8 on the keyboard. Right. Now here they're telling us ways we can update the BIOS. Now I can save my BIOS, my current BIOS, but I'm not really worried about saving it. I want to update it for sure. But if you did want to save it a backup, you could, in case you have any interruptions or anything. We're gonna go to File. So you click on the little icon, not File, and it goes here. So then we drop it down to the USB, and we see how it's the only file it's going to recognize. And we'll tell it next. Are you sure you want to update the BIOS? Yes. Alright, it's loaded, press to start, and it is updating our BIOS. Alright, so it looks like it's going fairly quickly, but I am going to let it do its thing, and we'll come back once this is done and continue on. But this should basically be the last step. Once this is finished, then we should be able to enable the TPM 2.0, and we should be ready to load Windows 11. Alright, see you on the next step. Alright y'all, we're back. So you can now see that instead of reading BIOS version F35, it reads F36E. So we are good to go. So now all we have to do is find that TPM. Have to find out where TPM is and enable that. I'm gonna enable this virtualization. Here we go, trusted computer 2.0. Yeah, that wasn't there before, but I'm guessing it's in. Okay, TPM 2.0 device found. and I guess everything's good. Looks like it's enabled and we're ready to go, so we're gonna find out in a second. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reboot now, and yeah, I'm gonna reboot now and then do a PC health check to see if it finds the TPM. So go ahead and do that. I gotta put this down for a second. Alright y'all, so we've done the upgrade to the BIOS, and I'm going to try to do an upgrade first. I'm gonna try and debate this. Well, nah, I'm gonna do a fresh install. So basically it's time to go through and do a Windows 11 upgrade. We did the PC health check, and it no longer has any issues. It says that the machine is ready to be upgraded to